Alongside Kevin Weeks. Weeksy, when Brad Marchand was asked if it's hard to block out the trade talk, he said, they're going to make decisions for the group that they feel is necessary. I have no control over that. The Bruins are outside the playoff picture right now. They're really struggling. Marchand's a pending unrestricted free agent with a limited no move. Weeksy, should Boston trade their captain?
Boston should put it in the court of their captain because we know the Bees have had some PR kind of blunders going back to this offseason. What would be better than to say, hey, listen, Brad, you've been our guy. You've been one of the faces of this franchise. You're one of the best Bruins all time. We're going to give you the decision and the opportunity to make a decision that you want. Would you want to go to another team and have another run this season in and around the trade deadline? If so, let's work together on something that works for both parties. But they should go to Brad Marchand and extend him that courtesy. It's richly earned for all he's done for the franchise at this point.
All right, if they give him that option, then if he were to get traded, Weeksy, give us your top two destinations where you would love to see him play in this year's playoffs.
I'm going to give you two, and just because we're feeling good because it's Friday, I'm going to give you a bonus for the three. But these are not
Okay.
necessarily any order, but I'll start with this. Right here in our backyard, New Jersey, the New Jersey Devils. I think they need some more depth. And speaking to some people in the organization, they've been on the hunt for a little bit more depth in their group up front. They'd like some depth scoring, some depth experience. Now, he fits the bill. He can come in. Sheldon Keefe will respect his type of game when you plug and play with what the Devils have. With Heischer, I know he's injured right now, but he's had a tremendous season. Jack Hughes, box office. Just for Brat, box office. Luke Hughes on the back end. Dougie Hamilton, I think he'd make a nice seamless fit with the Devils. But don't worry, Canada. Don't worry just yet. You know where else he'd make a great fit, Gene? Gene, you know where else he'd make a great fit? Have him skate straight down Yonge Street, all the way down to
Come
the
on.
Scotiabank Arena. And Gene, listen to me. Have him skate straight down Yonge Street. Get him off the plane and let him skate straight down Yonge Street, or let him go down the Gardner, whichever you want. I don't mind. But him in Toronto, are you? They always say if you can't beat them, join them. But what about a little twist? How about if you can't join them, let them join you? And we know that Boston's been the Leafs kryptonite in the playoffs. So I think that would be awesome for Leafs Nation. Lastly, I'm going to add a little bit of fresh maple syrup on this one because he is a Maritimer. Why not the Montreal Canadiens? Why not Les
Oh my
Canadiens?
gosh.
Have him go there and play for my guy, Marty St. Louis, my former teammate, the Hall of Famer, who's doing a very good job with that young team. Gene, think of the experience he could also bring to Montreal's young group with Goal Caulfield, as I call him, Lane Hudson, Slavkovsky, some of the other young players that they have in their group. I think he'd be a nice add there, too.
Weeksy, I get the fact that he's a great talent. He's going to represent Canada at the Four Nations. I get all that. And I get that he could help a team on the ice. But is Marchand and his type of personality something that could wreck team chemistry? Would you not be concerned about something like that?
Here's the way I'd phrase it to Brad Marchand. Marshy, we could make a case of you're a Hall of Famer. You've done it all. You've seen it all. What we want you to bring is your experience and your game. You don't have to be the leader. You don't have to necessarily be the most vocal guy, but we do want to draw on your wealth of resources and experiences that you have. Bring that to the table. Kind of like what he does when he plays with Team Canada. Gene, you know this. Sid always wants him on his line in international competition, best on best. That's Sid, one of Sid's picks. When Sid's picking you, that's telling you a lot when the great 87 wants you on their line. So all of that to say, I think if they can table that in a discussion philosophically, be straight up, be transparent, I don't anticipate it being a problem. And who knows, it might just be a rental, a luxury rental at that.
Listen, I love what you're saying, but now you've created a mental image in my mind of Brad Marchand wearing a Toronto Maple Leaf jersey, and that's an image I'm not going to be able to get rid of.
That's what we do.